Totem Pole Nation Lambos with a sports feature Sideline Sports Network. All right. This is week 7 of college football. This is a Pac-12 matchup. One of the biggest primetime games that you really got to watch out for in this game. Number 8, Oregon versus 7, Washington. All right. Both teams are 5-0. Now, in this matchup last year, I think Washington beat Oregon last year in this matchup, if I'm being correct. Both quarterbacks are great. Now, this might be a tough pick. I think this is a very, very tough pick here. You have great quarterbacks in a Bo Nix. You have a great quarterback in Michael Penix Jr. Both of these Heisman candidate quarterbacks. It is very, very tough. I understand that Bo Nix is that dude, but we got to put some respect on Michael Penix Jr. We got to put some respect on the dude's name. Now, this game is played at Washington, so it's very, very tough. Both of these offenses put up at least 560 yards of offense. Combined, both of these offenses would combine for 1,000 yards. Now, this definitely won't be a defensive game, even though Oregon has allowed less passing yards on defense, allowed 255 yards, and Washington's allowed 365 yards. This is going to be a tough pick. Both teams are undefeated. My pick on this one. Who do I think is a better quarterback? I think it's very, very similar. I think Bo Nix is a little bit better than Michael Penix Jr., but Michael Penix Jr. is right behind him. The only problem is we don't talk about Michael Penix enough because, Washington is not in like the top 10 teams. So we need to put some respect on Michael Penix. I want to take Washington to win this game. All right. Washington has some dogs. All right. Washington has some dogs at the wide receiver. You have Rome Azuni, all right, who is their leading receiver. He's a junior. I think the run game is very, very insane with Dylan Johnson, by the way. Michael Penix, who only has 2 turnovers. 16 touchdowns, 2 picks. But Bo Nix, they have some guys. They had Trey Franklin. They have Irvin as well, Bucky Irvin. And, of course, you got Bo Nix. I put some respect on that, but Oregon in the past, or Troy Franklin is the receiver, but Oregon has had problems with Washington in the past. They just have. And as soon as we think Oregon has a chance to contend or maybe compete for a national championship or get to at least the top 4, this is the type of game that they lose to. I don't think Oregon defensively can handle Washington. Now, we see them lock down Colorado, but Colorado is a whole rebuild, all right? So I think Oregon with Dan Lanning in the second year as the head coach, they got better defensively. But I'm still have some concerns. There's some woes in there. I won't be mad if Oregon wins this game, but if I'm putting my money on the line, I'm going to take Washington and Michael Penix Jr. because I know Michael Penix Jr. is going to get that job done. They have great wide receivers. They have a great offensive line. And I think that despite their defense, giving up some yards, I think I trust Washington towards end-of-game situations. And, Bo Nix, he has to be turnover-free in order to win this game. So I'm going to take Washington to win this game. Michael Penix Jr. versus Bo Nix would be a great matchup to watch. All right. So that's it for Lambo Water Sports. The next thing I want to talk about is the SEC matchup. By the way, shout out to Sarah Blake Cheek. Texas A&M versus Tennessee. All right. She will be somewhat tailgating in that game. So, all right, like I said, it's Lambo Water Sports. The next episode we're going to talk about is SEC college football in Texas A&M versus Tennessee. We will later on.